Hey everyone, we're going to do a brief overview of the Cleaner's abilities in XDefiant, as well as provide some gameplay examples of how their abilities work. This ought to get you up and running as you grind for those new gun mods and weapon skins. Alright, let's jump in. The Cleaner's Ultra is a purifier. A flamethrower ensures enemies are thoroughly sterilized. It fills up over time, but also fills up faster as you're getting more kills on the enemies. The problem with Ultra abilities in this game is that it takes very long in order for them to charge up and be ready to use. Most of the time you're only going to be able to use them in the escort mode because those tend to be the longest game modes. I've had an escort match where the game lasted about 10 minutes and there was so much action going on and the timer just kept getting extended that I did actually have a chance to pull off my Ultra, and even though it didn't make a big impact, I was finally able to use it and see the actual potential of it. But anyways, you have a choice of either of these two abilities. The first one being the Incinerator Drone. Napalm delivering drone burns everything in its flight path before exploding. Okay, and then the other option is Firebomb. Detonate a Molotov cocktail causing explosive damage and igniting the area. And now for the passive trait, they have Incendiary Rounds. Incendiary ammo inflicts extra burn damage but decreases weapon range. And I gotta say, out of all these abilities, my favorite is gonna have to be basically the passive. The passive is really strong. It lets you do bonus damage against everybody at the cost of having a slightly less range on your weapons, which I don't think is a big downside at all. So I love being able to use this ability to get extra damage, especially against one of the other classes, which are called Phantoms. They have extra health than everybody else, so normally it takes longer to kill them, but because we have Incendiary Rounds, it doesn't take us quite as long to kill them as it would take if we were playing another class. So we're kind of a counter to the Phantoms because we do extra damage, so we kind of counter them in that regard. Real quick, if you find this video useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to get notified of my next XDefiant video, which should drop tonight or tomorrow. That one will be on the Libertad faction. Anyways, let's get back to the Cleaners. But as far as the abilities that you can choose from during each match, oh man, it's tricky because they're both not great in my opinion. The Incinerator Drone, in theory it's good, but I don't like that it only flies in a straight line. And besides that, it only flies at the height that you shoot it out from, which is the height that you're standing at. So if there's someone that's on a platform or on a building or something above you, your drone isn't going to fly up to them to do damage. It's going to fly underneath them, and so it does nothing to them, and they just shoot over it and kill you that way. The Firebomb, I wish you could throw this Molotov cocktail, but instead he kind of just takes the bottle and breaks it on himself. The fire starts wherever you're standing as you set this off, and it's good because it does a lot of damage, and there are scenarios where you can pull this off to kill multiple people. But it would just be that much better if you could control where the firebomb activates. If you could throw it, or if you could place it down and then it goes off after a second or two, or throw it at a wall and then it splashes off. So, some extra uses would be nice instead of just popping it on yourself and then there's an AoE around you and then that's what deals the damage. I wish there was something better than that. But anyways, those are the abilities for Cleaners. I'll be going through the rest of the classes in the upcoming days. For now, I'll leave you with a couple more Cleaners clips. But as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.